Haiku. Less words, more power. Strength is normally measured in density, from atomic energy to the integrity of minerals and metals to a batter's swing or a boxer's punch. Compact power is a prized possession, and we've got a poetic treasure for you today, the haiku. Today, the most popular form of the English haiku is 3 lines of verse, where the first and third lines contain 5 syllables each, with the second line being the longest at 7 syllables. Included in the composition is a word or phrase that symbolizes or implies the season of the poem. They are written in the present tense and often have no punctuation. Due to their brevity, like epigrams and limericks, which we discussed in an earlier episode, a haiku should feel like redwood forest seeds, small in stature, with the soul of giants inside. Okay, here are some other examples. Over the wintry forest, winds howl and rage with no leaves to blow. First autumn morning, the mirror I stare into shows my father's face. An old silent pond, a frog jumps into the pond, splash, silence again. A true haiku is written in Japanese, its mother tongue, and its form is a single vertical line. They contain a cut-in word called a karigi in Japanese, though I am probably pronouncing it wrong since I don't speak the language. Moving forward, please be aware of that. This may get a little embarrassing. It represents the juxtaposition of 2 ideas or images. Though haikus in their modern form can be traced back to the end of the 19th century, they are steeped in a rich history with many cousins. The haiku, which means start in verse, is the immediate previous incarnation of the haiku. It is the opening stanza to a renga or renku, which are Japanese collaborative linked poems. When poets began writing haikus as their own complete poems separate from a renga, to distinguish the two, they began referring to the standalone verse as a haiku. Now, a renga, which means collaborative poetry, consists of at least 2 stanzas, or ku. Traditional renga was a group activity where each poet spontaneously wrote a verse which continued and was in response to the verse that came before. It is similar to the concept of what a hip-hop freestyle cipher looks like today. Renku, which means linked verses, like the renga, is also a collaborative linked poem. This composition distinguished itself by its coarseness of wit, satire, and vulgarity, though over the centuries this approach has been largely ignored. As you can imagine, the art form evolved over time and branched off into other variant compositions, most of which broke away from the 3-line 17-syllable structure, but all retained the essence of a haiku: robust imagery, brevity, and a heightened sense of closure or enlightenment. Haikai, in both Japanese and English, is an alternative word for the renku. It can also be used as an umbrella term for all forms of writing connected to the haiku. The senryu, which literally means river willow, is also a Japanese poem with 3 lines of 17 syllables. While haikus focus on nature and tend to be serious, senryus are more so dark humor with a focus on human quirks and shortcomings. Anita Virgil once said, "If it is man within the world, it is haiku. If it is the world within man, it is senryu." A monoku is a haiku written within a single line. Typically, they are much shorter than 17 syllables. A surku, or circle haiku, are written in a circular form whereby the composition has no fixed beginning or end. Haiga is a style of Japanese painting, photographs, and other visual art forms based on haikai, and usually include a haiku. A haibun is a combination of prose and haiku, normally written as a travel journal, a diary, or essay, and they are autobiographical. A zapai is the name of all 17-syllable poems which are not in the formal structure of a haiku or senryu. In later episodes, we're going to further explore other short-style poems like the tanka. We're also going to back around on haikus and discuss moras, which are like our syllables but with a slight variation. And before we move forward, and I forget, share poetry defined. People worked hard and long hours to write a code which would allow you to share videos on various media platforms, put their hard work to use for something other than cats and meme fails. In our following episode, we sink our teeth into another one of poetry's most recognized forms, the sonnet. As always, my friends, we hope we added to your journey of creativity, and thank you for watching Poetry Defined, which means said after or after song, is the third and final section of the ode. The metered form of a poem is different from the strophe. The Italian word sonetto means a small song or little lyric. This is where we derive the word sonnet from. Yes, my friends,